Excuse me. It's early. I had to just get this coffee. I just made it. So welcome to the Just Being Petty Show. I am A.W. Petty, your host, and welcome. So I was talking to some friends of mine a while back, and I was comparing the first Trump term in administration versus the second one in its administration. And I was looking back and I said, you know what? In his first term, it was constraints on this guy. They did not allow him to do anything that dealt with his worst impulses. They just didn't allow that to happen. You had people in that administration who had foreign policy experience, who understood government, and they constrained him for the most part. He did do January 6th. He did do the documents case. But for the most part, they constrained him. So I want to show you a video, and it will tie into what this video is about. So I'm going to show you this video, and then I will see you on the other side.
Well, because you have to see how they work.
But the only country that's testing nuclear weapons is North Korea.
Well,
China and Russia.
No, Russia's testing
So
nuclear weapons.
my understanding
And
is
China's testing them too, you just don't know about it.
that would be certainly very newsworthy.
President Trump named 4 countries who are doing nuclear testing: China, Russia, North Korea, and Pakistan. He pointed to the state-controlled media in these countries, saying that's why people remain unaware about these nuclear tests.
They test way underground where people don't know exactly what's happening with the test. You feel a little bit of a vibration. They test and we don't test. We have to test. We have the best, and I was the one that renovated them and built them during a 4-year period. And I hated to do it because the destructive capability is something you don't even want to talk about. But if other people are going to have them, we're going to have them. And if we have them, we have to test them. Otherwise, you don't really know how they're going to work. And we don't want to ever use them.
President Trump floated the idea.
So there's one thing I want to say before I get into the topic. The guy is a moron. When you see this guy talk, he's a total moron. He just uses just stupid words. You know, you can look at him and tell he does not know what he's talking about, period. He doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. So here's the deal. Trump wanted the codes. And one of his generals stood up and told him no, in no uncertain terms, no. And I said to myself yesterday when I was trying to put this video together, I said, that guy will be gone. He will be gone. I thought maybe a couple weeks, but that guy was gone yesterday evening. He got rid of him. And so where do we go from here? He's going to put somebody in there that will give him the codes. And you have no one to constrain him. All of them are yes men and women. You've got drunk Pete Hegseth. You've got drunk Kash Patel. You have Marco Rubio, who just does whatever he wants. You've got bimbos that are in high positions. You had Pam Bondi. You had Noam, and nobody's there to tell him no. It's no one there to tell him no, period. That's why I say we're in a bad place now. We're in a bad place. And here's the deal. I blame 2 people for this. One is Mitch McConnell, who could have avoided this guy ever being elected again by voting to impeach this guy. He didn't do it because he wanted to keep power. And the second one is Justice Roberts and the crooked 6 conservative judges that are on the Supreme Court. You gave him immunity. You gave the worst person that you could ever gave immunity to. How do you give a criminal immunity? He's a freaking con man and a crook and a thief. And you gave him immunity. And I blame the 71 million people that voted for him, which some are complaining now, well, I shouldn't have done it. It's too late. I don't want to hear I should not have done that. I shouldn't have voted. I'm embarrassed. It doesn't matter. The damage is done. You cannot reverse that. You have to do critical thinking when you're voting. You can't vote on your racist views. And that's what I think a lot of these people voted on. That's what I think he voted on. But here's the deal with this nuclear thing. So he believes that China and Russia are testing nuclear bombs. No one in the cabinet is explaining to him what is actually happening. What they're testing is the vehicle to move the nuclear heads around, the propulsion. That's what they're testing. And nobody's there to tell him. And he's too dumb to figure it out or even do research because the dude doesn't like to read. So that's where we're at. We've got a 4-year-old who will have the nuclear codes in his hand very soon because he's going to put somebody in there that will give him those codes. And this country is going to be in a lot of trouble because this guy has no humanity whatsoever in his heart, in his bones, zero. He cares about nobody but himself, his money, and his power. I don't even think he cares about his kids. I really don't. So we know he doesn't care about the American people. It's all me, 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 me. So that's where we are at right now. We're in a bad place here. And people that support Trump, they always say, well, that's just Trump being Trump. That cannot be. You have to stop saying that's Trump being Trump. That's a dangerous man being a dangerous man. That's what that is. So all you Republicans that are still bending the knee, you guys will go down in history as people that saw what was going on and you did nothing. You did nothing. You allowed this madman to destroy the country and possibly the world. So, I like I said, I don't know where only God knows where this is going. And so, hopefully it will work itself out before this guy does damage that's going to be irreversible. So we'll see how this goes out. But like and subscribe to the JBP channel and help us grow this channel together. It won't be possible without your help. And it really means a lot to me. So I will see you guys up the road.